telling people that buying an electric car is a great way to fight climate change. A pretty reliable way to start an argument in some circles. However, people will still accuse that you are continuing to use fossil fuels even if you are using electric vehicles. Because instead of engines, this things happens at power plant from where you are getting electricity. And while that's at least partly true, over their lifespans, electric cars don't consume anywhere near the fossil fuels that gas-powered cars do, especially in the United States. With electricity getting cleaner all the time, they're even better than you might expect. However, there are a few factors to consider. Starting with the cars themselves. In the US as of 2016, the average pure gasoline passenger car goes about 9 kilometers for each liter of gas it burns, or about 22 miles per gallon, but that's just an average. Some go 4 kilometers or so, others go 14. However, fuel efficiency reaches new highs and lower lows when we start talking about hybrid cars or trucks on the interstate. Plus, the act of manufacturing a car leads to greenhouse gas emissions whether it's electric or not. So does refining gasoline. But the major complicating factor here is electricity. And where you live has an impact. How clean your electricity really is. Most electricity in the US uses a combination of natural gas, coal, and nuclear fission with a bit of water, wind, solar, oil, and a few others thrown in. But those numbers change from state to state, and depend on things like local natural gas sources, or how windy it is today. For example, Alaska has plenty of natural gas and hydroelectric resources, so its power plants create very little waste when generating electricity. That means a full electric vehicle charge using Alaskan electricity creates roughly the same emissions as a gas engine that drives 48 kilometers per liter, or 112 mpg. That's roughly 5 times the national average, and 2 or 3 times better than even some of the best hybrids. It's pretty efficient. However, places like Colorado are on the other end of the spectrum, which, energetically speaking, is one of the dirtiest states. About half of Colorado's electricity comes from coal, which produces more emissions than just about any other source. But even there, electric cars still outperform gas cars. A full charge of Colorado electricity equates to about 20 kilometers per liter, 46 mpg. About double the national average, based on 2016 figures. That's pretty good. Better still, most of the country is closer to Alaska's numbers than Colorado's. Power plants are just better at making power than car engines are. One reason is that they're simply bigger. Bigger things don't waste as much energy staying hot, and that makes them more efficient. And the story is similar across most of the world. Although, once again, the specifics vary depending on where your electricity comes from. In countries that tend to use more coal, like India or China, electric cars break even in comparison to the average gas-powered car in the United States, although they're still less efficient than the average Indian gas-powered car. But in water-powered Paraguay or geothermal-rich Iceland, gas engines need to get more than. So are electric vehicles really more efficient than gas? Yes, they absolutely are, unless you have some very dirty electricity. Climate change is one of the major issues for which we should consider switching to more eco-friendly and renewable energy solutions. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe.